This event is improving year by year. The participation is very healthy. In fact, they cut it off at 600 people. What I'm particularly impressed with is the international attendance. There are participants from over 50 countries present here. And I also noticed that the quality of the pitches by the entrepreneurs is improving year by year. I think Turkey is slowly becoming an attraction center for entrepreneurs in the region. I think Israel is a very special example of a startup nation, basically. It's the title of a book, actually. Their national character is more risk-taking, less of a power hierarchy, and more individualistic, a lot more like Americans. Also, they benefited a lot from migration of highly qualified personnel from Russia, for example. Benefited a lot from the transactions with the US, a lot of cash flow. The Israeli army is a huge source of new technology and innovation. I would say they are the best nation in terms of grooming startups, successful startups, and launching them to mega success, not just locally, but also internationally. The fact that they're small actually helps them. They must think globally. They must think the world market when they're entering, when they're commercializing technology. I would say they are an excellent example for any country that wishes to progress through entrepreneurship. When you look at Israel 20 years ago and now, I think the difference in the wealth is mostly attributable to entrepreneurship.
And it's perfect. It's an amazing example.
It's an amazing example, and most developing countries can learn a lot from Israel. For example, the fund of funds idea, we've had a very difficult time explaining the fund of funds idea in Turkey, and presumably we have a fund of funds in Turkey now, but it's not functioning. No one has been able to get co-investment from the Turkish fund of funds. They also have exceptional linkages between universities and industry, excellent research labs. There's a lot we can copy from them. Unfortunately, they're not the most popular country in the region. Therefore, they are unable to export this entrepreneurial expertise to the rest of the region. And because of that, it actually opens a possibility for a country like Turkey to come in and become, at least Islamic country, similar culture. It makes it possible for a country other than Israel to become the entrepreneurship center of attraction in the MENA region. Well, the Turks do have a free enterprise culture. We are a trading nation. We have engaged in arts and crafts and buying and selling for a very long time. But these are small and medium-sized enterprises. So our cultural memory is based on small size, buying, selling, making a little bit of profit. We don't think in terms of scaling. For example, the notion of not turning in any profits and losing money for 2 years is totally foreign to the Turkish mind. We always think about, well, how much money am I going to make from the first unit that I sell? It makes no sense to lose money. That's SME thinking. If you want to set up a grocery store, yes, you need to make money from the first purchase, from the first sale. But if you want to set up the next Google or Twitter, you have to consider a very long incubation period because you are after a scalable business model. The concept of a scalable business model is somewhat foreign to the Turkish cultural memory. So it's one of the things we try to explain to the students, is that you need to be able to sustain the business, you need to be able to scale it. That means you need to be able to increase the revenue without increasing the costs proportionately. So it is different from the traditional business teaching that we get from our parents and grandparents. Actually, I have put my regular courses on Periscope starting last year. And this year I started a new program for Mehmet Zorlu Vakfı, for the scholars, for the scholarship students of Mehmet Zorlu Foundation. We are offering a 7-day sequence, and the fourth of those days will be a full day on entrepreneurship. All of the lectures are televised through Positive TV, high definition, so people can watch it. And that day actually is not going to be just me speaking, but I'm going to turn it into a one-day boot camp by bringing in 3 or 4 experts. We will talk about a minimum viable product, scaling it, digital marketing, all sorts of aspects of entrepreneurship. So I would highly recommend, I don't know the exact date, but if they follow me on Twitter, or if they go to the Mehmet Zorlu Vakfı website, they can see the exact date. It's sometime in spring or summer, so it's not anytime soon. I would highly recommend that one day. There's also courses at Stanford, for example, offers an entrepreneurship course which people can watch. And Udacity has an excellent entrepreneurship module with Turkish subtitles. We actually asked them to put Turkish subtitles so we could use it for the TÜSİAD Bu Gençlikte İş Var business plan competition, and they did. And the students went through that and they benefited from it. Now the module is available for free to anyone who wants to have an introduction to entrepreneurship, and it's been developed by none other than Steve Blank, the guru that we all follow in entrepreneurship.